Okay, let's get going. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I launched the stream. I immediately got distracted with it. This is high production value, everyone. Yo, yo. Friendship ended with Artemi Barak's tortuous nightmare. Now Daniil Dankovsky's step vacation is my best friend. Holy moly. Let's get going. I'm so excited. I'm so ready. Big fan of this series.
I'm Daniil Dankovsky, Bachelor of Medicine. All my life I have been studying death, the greatest boundary holding humanity back. The powers that be were frightened of my search. My lab in the capital was about to be closed. But it cannot be denied that some phenomena might be found only in the strangest, most remote parts of our country. Little towns that are yet to be explored by forward-thinking minds. People accept the supposed imminence of death way too easily. We meekly follow our life's path to it, like cattle to the slaughter. But we shouldn't. My search for immortality has brought me rumors of one, Simon Kane, a supposedly immortal man, living in one such town. He might be just the proof all my theories need. The final patient. I need to find him, or else all my life's work is doomed.
Oh my god, I'm so glad. We're back on the town on Gorkon, people. Here we are. The time is already ticking. Oh my goodness, top right, that pressure. Let's see if we can get some subtitles going. I like subtitle. Big sub. Play, maybe? Audio, maybe? No? Ooh, could we just be screwed? Is it other? No subtitles. That's fine. You know, I bet you that's the only part of the game that's going to be devoid of text. I knowing how these games work, I'll bet you the rest of the game just has text. Anyways, press J to view the mind map. My thoughts, conclusions, deliberations, to see events of a specific day, plus press its number on the circle. I'm here to see Simon Kane, the immortal. I barely stepped off the train and my things were immediately stolen. Ah, the joys of rural life. Without my tools, I'm useless. Okay. All right. Well, our current quest is find our stolen shit. Do you know anything about our stolen shit? I say a living, breathing person stepping off our train. Okay, we have to kind of roleplay being an asshole a little bit to properly be Daniel. So I've already made the decision beforehand that as I play this game, I'm going to be a little bit of a stuck-up diva, because that's who Daniel is as a person. So let's see here. Why are you staring at me like a cow at a new gate? Look at just being stolen in plain sight. Right. So do you city folk always take 20 trunks of shirts with you, or did you manage to cut it down to 10, sir? Okay, I can easily tell Daniel would say shirts, you dimwit. My equipment's in there. Yeah. This is the one. Okay, so Daniel is already up his own ass just talking about his medical business with some dude who's sweeping the train station. I've never heard of tuber calluses. Are you sure you're in the right town? We don't grow potatoes here. Right, of course. Back here, you still call it consumption. Are you going to help me or not? It's kids being kids, know me. Oh, I'm already in love. Telling you, hands off the kids. God, he's so true. You're new here, fresh off the train. You're new in town. Watch yourself and heed our customs. No constable or patrolman will chase after children for you. No street sweeper. There. Why not? Because the kids have their own thing going. Uh-huh. Let's find out about the tower. The polyhedron, of course. I love how he doesn't even tell you what the tower is. He's just like, what do you mean? It's a polyhedron. Oh, we'll learn what the polyhedron. Well, surely that clears it up. Thank you. You know what? If you need your shirt so badly, why don't you go looking for the tots that ran away with them? Just ask them nicely. Kids are like magpies. They'll trade you your precious linens from the capital back in exchange for bits of colored glass. Or even just a story. Whatever you do, don't hurt them. Okay, Daniel would still be focused on the pedantry of specifying what was in the trunks. Daniel would say, no, it's instruments. Say, is the capital a real place? Whoa, what a question. In a sense, of course, the capital is a myth. That myth is the real capital, but the city does exist physically. The Canes came from the capital and made our town, but no other real people have come from there ever since. So I was thinking, perhaps Simon Kane simply made up the capital, along with everything else. Anytime you see a little diamond like this, it means the conversation. What do you mean they made your town? No, never mind. Trunks first, Canes later. Have a nice day. Beautiful. Oh. Sometimes I need to take a step back from the moment and think logically. Helps me piece the picture together. My luggage! Oh, okay. So this is interesting. I don't think I can go backwards from... I should really think about what I'm clicking on. Because it seems like these are branching thoughts that will only lead to like one destination. It doesn't look like I'm going to get back and look at all the... Well, I decided to think about my luggage. But you know what? To be fair, I'm role-playing. This is what Daniel would be. Speechless at the customs of the town. How am I supposed to do research without tools? Street Sweeper says, no one out. Help me find something item. It's this one. I'm speechless at the customs. Might manage to recover something. Way, I'll have to handle this myself. Follow the thief's trail. I'll have to handle this myself. Most important thing is the microscope and the experimental prototype. Without them, I might catch the name. It's this one. Okay, so that affected my mental state. We can see up top that I've made myself manic thinking that. Very interesting. The mind map is updated. I'm thinking about Utopia. Such a serene place. If immortality still exists in our country, it would be here. And no help at all. The locals treat the children with a strange deference. I'll have to catch the thieves myself. New shoes, may I introduce you to Station Mud. Okay, so we got a waypoint. Ah, I love this part of the map. I wonder if it's going to... Ooh, this writing is new. Oh, wow, there's new details on the map from seeing the last game. It's kind of reflective of Daniel's personality, too. Have these kind of, like, figures and notes. It's kind of jotted down. What language is that? That looks like Italian? Or maybe it's Portuguese? I don't know. The polyhedron should be... right there. Okay. Anyways, let's get to it. I don't think I can talk to you folks. Yeah, figured not. Can I get back on the train? Ooh, I can. Can get back on the train. A little I can talk to you.
It's so quiet around now.
Oh, Ava. Welcome back. Ava says, so that's what you're like. Dead, tired, and covered in dust. Daniel Dankovsky at your service. How did you get here? I was traveling alone. I think Daniel just might say, like what? See, an interesting thing about these games is the dialogue branches in such a way that you get, like, different responses, but you can't go back and ask the things you didn't initially. So, like, if I pick like what, I don't get to hear what she would have said if I picked either of these two. But I'm interested to see what she thinks I'm like. I'm going to say, like what? You're restless. Hardly see anyone like that in our sleepy little town. Even the Canes have gone into hibernation. How would you know what I'm like? I'm only just arrived. Your lips are tense, and you have the hands of a man who can't sit still. Besides, Simon told me to take a close look at you. Always listen to him. Simon? Simon Kane? Kane. He left you in my care. Said you'd be staying at my house. And oh, it has a name. The Stillwater. And this won't be the first time it's had guests, but most don't stay long. I think you will, though. I've already prepared everything. Most don't last long. Is that a threat? Of course not, silly. The Stillwater is just a very unique house. It used to be an observatory. Now people live inside. It still longs for the heavens all the same. It draws something out of it. You'll see for yourself. I want to keep the conversation going, and yet, again, I am role-playing, and I think that Daniel would be like, fuck you, I gotta go find my luggage. Okay, well, she just flickered out of existence. That or I tripped out. Interesting. Ava is expecting me at the Stillwater, so now we should go there after we find our luggage. Let's do this thing. Okay, I was just wondering what the investigate button was. So it's Q. Some thoughts will affect your mental state. Disturbing thoughts. So that must be some of the mania that I got from thinking about stuff. Ooh. Interesting. Ooh, my goodness. So what I investigate can affect how I think and how I... Faceless metal scudded like a backwards, mindless, meaningless vandalism. God, he's whipping himself up into a frenzy. He could at least look up at me, no? Oh. This is such a cool storytelling vehicle to get like a view inside of Daniel's thoughts about everything. I wasn't expecting a welcoming parade or anything. Maybe I have to look at them from the other side. Head splitting open from the local air. Yeah, that's Twirene, buddy. Museums all split open, damn it all to hell. Maybe these red things give more mania. Maybe the more I think about manic things. Bromide split open. Lithiums. Yeah. And maybe this white thing, maybe this didn't affect my mental. So maybe there will be like blue things I can look at that will make me more apathetic. God, this is a really... I love like the tapestries and cloth. I'm going to run out of time on the first day. These are, for context, these are usually games where you have to like have a pep in your step, dude. You have to like get shit done because you have limited time. And I'm going to marvel over every little thing and take all the time in the world on the first day at a time. But we'll see. The suitcase on the bottom isn't mine. Yeah, looking at this red thing made me more manic. If they wanted a joyride on the cart, they could. Okay, well, we got stuff. This can make me more apathetic. It seems to be a sedative. It's addictive. This will make me manic. It's a stimulant. It's also addictive. Hooray. Tobacco! Hey, I know what that does. Wow, tobacco makes you really manic. Can confirm. Also addictive, can confirm. Confirm. Beetles, and I just have a beetle. Well, I bet you I'll find some children that I could trade that beetle. Kids love beetle. I don't know what the penalty is from becoming too manic. So maybe I shouldn't investigate every little thing. And yet, I also want to. Coffee, manic, addictive. Wow, everything is addictive. Yay, a bullet. Bromide makes you apathetic, inhibits the cerebral cortex. Also addictive, wonderful. Got doctors. Should I look at it and get crazy? Let's look at it and get... Whoa, if the timer doesn't spin around, I won't have the mania kick in. So I can see, like, it says... Okay, so just don't dwell on it. We can, like, read it really quick, but we have to, like, stare at it and make ourselves upset. Hates this place, man. Hates this place. Some healing salve there. We got some more things to help us manage our mood. It looks like managing Daniel's mood is going to be like a big part of the game. Almost to where the children should be. This is different decor than what I was used to in the second game. Maybe this is a different time of the year. No, it can't be that. Because Artemi should be coming back soon. Get some herb brides and dongs. Can we talk to any of them? No. Why would Daniel talk to herb brides or odongs? He doesn't even know what these are. He hates these guys. Yeah, he's not even thinking anything. It's like ritual costumes. Yeah. Daniel doesn't understand what the hell any of this is. I do because I'm a fan of the series. Water. Tobacco. Bromide. Healing stuff. Belladonna, what are you? It's poison. Okay. It's either poison or perfume. There are the kids. Took all my shit. Fuck these kids. Hey, back off, you. Get away from the girls and from... Afraid of... Oh, when he oozes up, I'm afraid of you. Got a knife, blah, blah, blah. My nerves are hanging by a thread this thin. Do you want to see what happens when I finally snap? Hands are shaking, and you got those crazy eyes. Yeah, I'm manic. Well, Rowan gets those eyes too, so when he is for a second bottle, and he shakes, and blah, blah, blah. Wow, these kids, yeah, they got a good life. Okay, I've decided I'm going to take a breather. It's hard for me to talk to people when I'm too apathetic or too manic. I'll need to stabilize my condition first. Interesting. Cannot talk. The world is abuzz with a mania. I must... Okay, so... Head swing. State of mind can be changed with drugs. Some make me more apathetic, some make me more manic. I need to keep an eye on my mental state and supply of drugs. Oh my god, I'm going to be strung out and addicted to a million things this whole game. Nervous tension makes me quicker, so I probably move faster when I'm manic. Hey, I even start with a gun. God, dude. Daniel is rich, man. Artemi would have killed for a gun. In fact, he literally did at some point. So, okay, let's use one of these.
I can't take it anymore.
Is that enough? Nope. God, I gotta really dope myself up, huh? I don't want to use too much of any one. Use one of those?
Why would it matter?
Why would it matter? Okay, that's low enough. Hi. That heart keeps beating 40 days. That's what my mom says. God. Life's in the belly, everybody knows. Oh, the kids have this prototype I'm looking for. What is it? But it's still... Begone, vile snake. You killed the other trains. It's 'cause of you they don't come to us no more? Kid, what the hell you talking about? Ellic says, we were wondering. We didn't know why they kept dying. We got a whole graveyard. They're all rusted up and they can't go anywhere. It's all because of you. You stole the train's heart for yourself and carried it away in a suitcase. Now the train's all dead. If the train stopped coming a long time ago, it can't be my fault. I've never been here before. Not very good at stealing hearts. That's true. Never seen him here before. So he steals hearts from the future, then? Children don't talk like this. This is what I love about Pathologic, is like everyone's a philosopher for some reason. You steal hearts from the future, mister? You said yourself the train's heart is at the front. I rode in a carriage in the middle. How could I get to the heart then? Through the bowels, like all Menku do. There's our first step word. You don't get to the heart through the bowels, friend. You'll hit quite a different body part first. Well, without it, the train stopped wailing. Stopped moving, too. That means it's dead. This is its heart. Obvious, right? Look at Daniel. Daniel would say this to a child. What a freak. What a weirdo. He would say, response to stimuli is just one characteristic of life. Like, that's... Daniel would say that to a child. That's why we're probably going to say it. Oh, and what are the others? Man, this game rules. Adaption. Before, trains came every week. Then it was every 2 weeks. Now it's every 2 months, or even less. And they don't leave ever. They just stay there and they lie and wait. It's 'cause of the war. No, it's because they don't love us no more. But if we heal this one, they'll love us again. They'll come back and bring meringues. Look, my prototype is not the train's heart, and it certainly won't repair it. But it is an interesting thing in itself, so let's make a deal. You give it back, I'll tell you how it works. I don't know. What do you say? And my genius insufferable assistant will be in the tale. He could drive a saint into the grave with his rage-inducing adherence to details and a thinly veiled political insinuation. There will be corpses in the tale, a whole pile of them. Nah, Daniil's too up his own ass about genius, and... Oh, Mom said the same thing about Mr. Merrick. Then he hanged himself in his... Look, kid, just let me take the prototype. I won't run away, I promise. Wind it up, you turn this handle clockwise. Okay, so we have the prototype. And we are in a flashback 2 weeks ago. In the capital. And I don't like the sound that's coming from over there. But here we are. Mustn't run away. Institute stores are generous to anyone. Fill out a stack of reports. Portable charging station.
We're running terribly low on mice. And the mice themselves are a little feeble, lacking in enthusiasm.
Alright, what's up?
Venit mors velociter, rapid nos atrociter, nemini parsetur.
Thank you. To prime it, hold this crank and turn it clockwise. Beef, hello? Oh, for crying out loud. Mine's flown away. Prime the what now? This morgue is swimming in a gas leak from Lab 102. I heard the alarm. That's right, I pulled the alarm because of the chlorine. Ooh, the lab smells like chlorine. From Lab 102. Anyway, the crank is stiff. You'll have to turn it with some force. Clayton, are you crazy? There's a gas leak. Why did you call me in here for? We have to seal the morgue and evacuate. Quickly. No, Daniel. What we have to do is load that prototype you're fiddling with. use it to get into the morgue. Woman rose from the dead in there. Will be, I think you'll agree, extremely frustrating if she dies again. Let's get her out. Let me repeat, we have to get out of here. You're already delirious. I was collecting tissue samples to determine the onset of rigor mortis when I heard a noise. I turned around and, holy smokes, a woman was sitting up on the gurney, stiff as a poker, rasp in her throat. Started towards her, then I smelled the gas and pulled the alarm lever. Chlorine isn't known for bringing back the dead, but if the woman was brought here by mistake, alive, perhaps the gas could have irritated her mucous membranes enough to wake her. That's a Daniel statement if I ever heard one. You just gotta pick the most annoying of the three to properly be dead. Chief, you're braiding another one of your chains of hypotheticals. We need practical observations. Pull out the patient, then write the monograph, not the other way around. You're right. Tell me what I should do with this prototype. I already told you, but fine, let's go over it again. You're holding an experimental prototype meant to dissipate tuberculosis miasma. Remember the consumption task force? Kaufman, Gorski, Anna Stein? Of course I remember. Oh, hold on. I was about to pick this one just because it says of course, but I read both. Of course I remember. Yeah. This magnificent gizmo disperses an aerosol of disinfectant. First, you load the prototype. Bottles of solution in the beige cabinet. Just set it on the table while you load it. You can't do it while you're holding it. Wonder if this will work against chlorine, considering it was designed for mustard gas. Next, you wind the prototype up. Prime it, hold this crank here, and clockwise. This Anna Stein isn't just a medic. He's a natural-born mechanical engineer. What an ingenious device. Well, Gorski assembled it. Anna took charge of optimizing the chemical composition. Either way, they're a talented team. Military likes them. And then I just release the contents into the gas? Correct. Wind up the crank, then release. The gas should dissipate, theoretically. Wind, release, dissipate. Repeat until you reach our resurrectee. Just remember, the chlorine will keep coming while our supply of solution is finite. Let's try to be as efficient as possible. What about the deceased woman? Where is she now? Formerly deceased. Before the gas came too thick to see through, she was sitting on a gurney at the opposite end of the morgue. From there, I know as little as you do. Chances are infinitesimal, but if we really are dealing with spontaneous resurrection, who's the patient, I'm going to commit some crime against humanity. The longer I hold the crank, the stronger. Addicts with priming. Operating is supposed to be decent. Clears the miasma. One load is good for 20 uses. Spend fluid wisely. Morgue corridor is like a maze. Required ingredients readily available, at least in the Institute. Prototype, I need a stimulant, an anesthetic, and a toxin. Ah, that's what the belladonna is for. Okay. And we've been getting so many stimulants and so many sedatives. So I'd imagine in our inventory we're going to put in, like, you know, tobacco and morphine and belladonna, and then that would, like, prime the prototype. First thing we teach lab assistants, the best stuff is in the beige cabinets. They should be here in the beige cabinets. Heat, then open the valves, add the ingredients one at a time, heat up, evaporate, residue goes into the prototype. Should be enough 20 uses. Before you can use the prototype, you need to load it. The ingredients are in the cabinet. The loading station is on the table. It's in my hands. Aesthetic. Stimulant. Toxin. Easy access to an endless supply of pharmaceuticals can lead one to addiction. So true. Oh man, we are going to be so strung out by the end of this game. Students borrow stimulants to prepare for exams, then forget to return them. That is You know, I used to work at a university, and do you know how many little baggies of Adderall I found? It's insane. I could have started, I mean, not that I would ever commit a crime, but if I was a less scrupulous person, because I always turned them in to, my manager, who then handed them over to campus security. But if I was a less scrupulous person, I could have started committing a crime and selling them illegally. And I tell you, I could have made money hand over fist with all the Adderall I used to find at the university. This flavor text is so true. Students really do borrow stimulants to prepare for exams. I even found cocaine once, and that is not a joke. At least I think it was a coke. It's not like I have a drug testing. All right, we got our stimulants, we got our toxin, we got our anesthetic. Need to put the items into the slot, then plus the... Well, yeah, so, I mean, it seems odd. There's our stimulant, there's our anesthetic, there's our toxin. For pest control purposes, kept under lock and key and behind 7 seals, issued only with a written permit. The prototype is loaded. It should be good for a little while longer. Let us use it. Hold left click to charge, release when the pendulum stops. The longer I click it, the longer it'll charge.
Then again, if not taking at face value.
Okay. So, ooh, we can see her. There she is over there. See the green? Let us go through the death gas. Okay, so that just discharges it all on its own. Ow, ow, ow. How do I tell how long it lasts? Is there a visual indicator or something? Just move quick. That's my intuition here. All right, well, we've reached her. That was a neat little tutorial. Hello, woman who's apparently come back to life. Spontaneous resurrectee. Are you death? You have death's eyes. God, you do not look good. You look pretty messed up, lady. The eyes of a man who's just walked through 40 meters of poisonous gas without protective goggles. I like how he just throws out the number 40 meters. Daniil would say, give me your hand talking. No, he would say the annoying thing about 40 meters. End of the tunnel. There's a second tunnel. Don't speak. You'll inhale even more poison. Oh, right. I was explaining this to children. Because of course Daniil would just be explaining all this nonsense to children. At the end of the tunnel, there's a second tunnel. What does that mean? Now, you might be tempted to think that Daniil would say, it's just nonsense. That woman was disoriented and hallucinating. But I think of Daniil as being very philosophically obsessed with the afterlife and death and what comes next. And I believe Daniil would say it means that when you die, there's neither life nor death, but something else entirely. Like a coin falling on its edge? Children do not talk like this. Or a Mobius strip. You shouldn't concern yourself with such things, though. Can I have my prototype back? Take it. It spins all boring, clockwise only. Grandpa Simon has clocks that spin every which way. Besides, The train's already dead. Couldn't save it in time. Grandpa Simon? You mean Simon Kane? I'm here to meet him, actually. We've only got one grandpa between us. While I would love to ask these two. Again, I'm trying to roleplay as Daniel, and Daniel would only be concerned with why he's here. Daniel came to talk to an allegedly immortal man. Sick of this game. Go away. We're going to play cat in an old hat. We still have time before the sun sets. What about my microscope? I'll trade you another tail for it. We didn't take your microscope. I didn't expect you to know that word. Daniel, these kids have been saying crazy shit to you. And you're going to say that you didn't expect them to know the word microscope? Really? Come on. Even some people in the capital don't know. It is true. It is the turn of the century, and microscopes are incredibly new. Where is it, then? The prototype is my right hand. The microscope is my left. I can't collect data without it. Let's do this one. We don't know it. We just know we didn't take nothing else. Just the train's heart. Ah! Deductive reasoning. God, smart kids. Where is it, then? The prototype is my left hand, right hand. Okay, we already read that one. Dog heads must have taken it. I'm so excited to see the dog heads again. Hell yeah. I loved the dog heads in the last game. Khan and Notkin got a deal. They're a gang of children. All the war spoils get split down the middle. They don't care about hearts, not in any of their many faces. Why would they need one? What does your microscope do? Is it alive? It's really reflective of the culture of the steppe that the kids are obsessed with asking if things are alive or dead, or if they're beasts or creatures, or where the hearts of things are located, asking if they're in the bowels or the stomach, or the kin of the steppe believe that they're living on the back of a bull. They believe the whole world is on, a bovine creature. They believe the earth is like literally its skin, that you dig down into its bowels if you excavate. But these are things we learned in Pathologic 2 as Artemi, who is a native of the region. Daniel wouldn't know any of this. Anyways, a microscope is a kind of metallic pipe fitted with lenses. You look at it to look at small objects, and it makes them large and detailed. Oh, a kaleidoscope! To look at the colorful town. You can do it like Capella? You know the word kaleidoscope? Oh, and defenestration. Which means to throw someone out of a window. Mr. Merrick used it when Foreman Oyun threw Uncle Rowan out of a window. Hey, hey, there it is. So as it stands, you passed my belongings along to some other gang, and I need to go get them to get my microscope back. Am I right? Khan must have given it to Capella as a gift. Are you stupid? She hates kaleidoscopes after what happened to that stained glass. No, Khan wouldn't have given it to her. It's something that changes things when you look through it. He must have given it to Grandpa Simon. Grandpa Simon loves things. Khan wouldn't give it to anyone, not before he looks at it himself, or after either. But he's honest, even if he's wicked. He'd give it back to the owner. If you find him in town, he'll deal fair. I know where Khan is, because I played the second game. Well, if they brought you your microscope into the polyhedron, see it again. Try the stairways to heaven. The dogheads like them. I think they look like the polyhedron. There's one right here in the maw. After this conversation, with its Capellas, its Khans, and polyhedrons, I'm beginning to see the shape of the world you live in. It sounds complicated, but it can't be worse than human anatomy, can it? Oh, Daniel, you have no idea. Okay, so we lost the microscope, but we got the prototype. Second tool was stolen. I'll have to search the town for it. Not the guided tour I hoped for. Ava's expecting me. Simon, guest house, prototype, town. Okay. All right. Interesting. Simon lives over here in the Crucible. The still water is up here. Fine. If I remember these things correctly. Anywho, let's go find that microscope. Yes. Stuff to look at. I don't want to waste too much time, but I also want to see some of the flavor text, right? There's no way back. That's right. God, this is really cool. Like scanning things. Kind of gives some Metroid Prime, you know. Looking at stuff, thinking, seeing his thoughts. Fresh glyphs, suffocating smell. Is this drawn with cinnabar? I know what that glyph says. God, this series is a treat. Strongly encourage you to play Pathologic 2 if you have. Wonderful. Will Daniel talk to an Odong? Oh my god, he would. He's speaking the kin language. We should reply in Latin. Ini bi bishab. Ini bi bishab. Maybe it's ine bi bishab. Be bishab. I don't know. Whatever. I really want to say what an interesting mask you have, because this is not a mask. This is how this man looks. But at the same time, it is entirely within Daniil's personality. As annoying as it is, he would just respond in Latin. So I'll have Daniel say, "Orbis mirabilium plenus est." Go away, snake. You've got sharp heels. What's with your face? Can't just ask people what's with their face, Daniel. You can't just do that, but I'm gonna. We are worms. We live in the earth. Cattle, we herd. Herbs, we gather. Injuries, inflict. Which seems truly peculiar phenomena still exists in the far corners of our country. My thought is Lumpy Man. Doesn't even know what an Odong is. Heard of an elephant man. Is this the worm man then? I've only seen such poor, disfigured creatures. Anatomical theater. Look, I have a little, like, wisp of where I'm supposed to go. Doesn't look like there's anything else over here, but, you know, maybe behind the train. Looks like we can walk all the way around the train. There. We don't walk as fast when we strafe as we do forward. Now, I did see that there was some other green people I can interact. I noticed something, by the way. There's no survival meters. You notice that? Look. There's no hunger. There's no thirst. There's no stamina. There's no infection. Artemi had to struggle to survive. Daniil doesn't even have to think about it. Whoa, look at that. Second tool was stolen by a different gang of children. I'll search the town for it. Oh, okay, that's just one of the thoughts I had. Stabbed in the stomach. The body is warm. Precise cut, more akin to surgery than murder. I bet I know who did that. Maybe Artemi's been here. Hello? Jacob Sterk, Kirik, and what was his name? Birdie. Trond, such a harmless fellow. Never hurt a fly in his life. Ripper slashed him to ribbons like the rest of them. Anyways, the brute. Ooh, the Ripper, that's what Artemi goes by. Not by choice. We must give these unfortunate souls the proper burial they deserve. Then find the Ripper and give him a brutal burial befitting a beast. Daughter of Suak. Suak is the name of the bull. Kin believe is the world. And she says, Kuleke kunud. Do not act rashly. Give Kirik to me. I'll pay you back in kind. Herbs in blood. I just want to talk about the kin stuff, but that's not what this game is. So we'll keep getting to move. I don't mean to alarm you, but you have holes in your dress the size of another dress. That's true. He does. What do you mean, give Kirik to you? Want to take the corpse? You crazy? Why are you looking at her? Why are you even speaking to her? Be gone, witch. Okay, so she's not kin. She must also be an outsider. Like me. Uyante. Do not speak to me, stranger. Yep, confirmed. I have come begging for food to give Suak. Begging for tears to give Mother Bodo. Speak to the blood of Urdurg, our town. You are not our blood. Eyes do not see you, stranger. Ears do not hear you. This sentence, dude, this guy's so annoying. Oh, God, and Daniel is the most annoying man in the world. Suak, Mother Bodo, Urdurg. Before you ask, no, I don't need to write down any new words. I have an excellent memory. Rippers come to town. Father killer. Barak. Artemi Barak, protagonist of the last game. We played from his perspective in the last game. And we arrive in town the night prior to this day. And we are pretty much immediately framed for the death of our father. And we have to kill some people in the train station who are like jumping us as we... So now this is the corpse that Artemi left in our playthrough in Pathologic 2. People are manufacturing this story that Artemi is like a serial killer, like a crazy person, when he's just some dude trying to get by. He was always a wild one, but then Mara Shabnak lay with him in the steppe, whispered things in his ear to make him water the blood. As soon as he got off the train, he went on his murder spree. He killed Jacob Steric. He killed Kirik. He killed the harmless birdie. He's a monster. And people scoff at me for saying our land abounds with analytical minds. Did you deduce all that from simply inspecting the corpses? Did the including the fornication in the steppe? Everyone knows her marks. If the victim's chest was ripped open, Shabnak told the killer where to strike. If a person lashes out like a beast, it's her holding their lead. And if you see her handprints in the earth instead of footprints. Uyante, hear me out. Blood of my Urdurg. Suak sings of a fierceness, a sharpness inside the one you call Kirik. Give his body to me. He is dead to you anyway. You will bury him, and he will rot away until nothing is left. I will bury him, and Suak will eat him, drink his savagery, sting, sing Ubhene Dun, herb song, gratitude. She'll give us twire, and will brew us lots of twiring. She will give us ashen swish, the harshest of the earth. Bikeleneb, ashen swish, is a cruel herb, a bad herb. It thrives on blood and spite. Suak sings that we will need plenty of swish soon. Yours is a burial into emptiness, but mine will be a burial into Suak's womb. I am at your feet, Ayan Kunud, good people. Give me the one you call Kirik. She wants the body to make more herbs come from the ground by doing the herb dance. Again, this is stuff we learned in Pathologic 2. Daniel is not going to learn any of this because he doesn't care about... From Daniel's perspective, these people are all backwards, like idiots who believe in ridiculous superstition. So he's not going to bother to engage with any of this stuff. And as Daniel, we're going to shut this all down. We're going to go, absolutely not. You may not have the body. You may not make twiring. This is mine. Should we give her the body, maybe? He didn't seem to have any family. Without them in the picture, I guess it doesn't matter if we bury him or the kin do. Who knows? Suppose we do and get a great crop of twire. I was under the impression that who buries who actually matters quite a lot in traditional culture. That is true, Daniel. But they aren't just going to bury him. They'll desecrate him till not even Shabnak can recognize what's left. That's right, they are going to cut him apart. That's what you're going to do, too, isn't it, step girl? Say it. Don't you dare try to lie to us. I am at your feet, Hein Knud, good people. I promise there will be no desecration. We will take his name so that it holds his sharpness no longer. We will lower him in Tuok's wood. Everyone will forget him. Forget the wicked murderer Kirik. Only Ashen Swish will remain. I knew there was a cat. Wicked or not, you can't just bury a person without their name. Everyone has a right to be, if nothing. But he really was a wicked man. The rare time someone remembers him at all, they never have anything good to say. Perhaps it's for the best if everyone forgets him. What an ethnographic goldmine you got here. It's a shame I'm not an anthropologist. Let's hand over the body. I'd rather avoid a falling out with the kin. It will only lead to more trouble down. That's right, the kin have a lot of sway here. And not everyone, as we've seen from this conversation, not everyone is kin. You can, not always, but you can generally tell that the people who tend to look whiter are not kin. That the people who tend to look more Central Asian are kin. Not always true, but generally. What do you think, stranger? You certainly look important. Maybe you have some brains to back it up. And this is where I'm Daniil and I say, no, absolutely. You may not do blah, blah, blah. But then again, this one you get to say some Latin. And also, I do agree that this is something that Daniel would say. Once a person dies, their body is no more than a collection of molecules and tissue. Any opportunity to put it to some use is a stroke of fortune. Corpus non est templum. Okay, I'm just going to say that right now, in this playthrough, anytime we have the opportunity to be annoying and speak in Latin for no reason, we're going to pick that option, no matter what it says. So we pleased the herb bride and the kin by... And Bayarla, I believe, is the kin word for thank you. Thank you, stranger, Bayarla. Death came to this town today. Such great death, the likes of which has never been seen before. Today will be a fearsome day. Tomorrow, even more so. And on the third day, fear itself will... And without Ashen Swish, we will die too. I came to this town today. That is all that matters. Full of himself. Ooh, we learned about the Shabnak. That's the Golem of Bones right there. 1 second. Now that we have an herb bride in front of us and I'm streaming, I'm realizing that I should put it... Okay, good. It is on streamer mode. Good. Hides nudity. There is some nudity in this game, so that's for the best. Let's see here. Corpses are... Gawkers... Holy... Looking at the herb bride, he just thinks, holy mother of smokes! Oh, woo! God. That his tongue unrolls like a cartoon wolf from a Hanna-Barbera cartoon and rolls across the floor. We're still pursuing our things, which should be down here. Warehouse. Oh, let's look at our thought about the Shabnak. So, the Ripper, Artemi, murderer came to town alongside me. Luckily, I prepared to fight death, all its guises. The locals believe in a Shabnak, a murderous step golem in the guise of a woman. It's like I've stepped out of time, not just traveled far from home. Full state is all balanced. Never have too many coffins. They're imported here. Why? Suppose there aren't many trees in the steppe. Birdies, gather ye here in the marble net. Yeah, that's not ominous. Just a pile of coffins for some reason. God, we're barely like freaking 50 meters from the train station. Already like 3 hours have gone by and we've had several conversations. But this is pathologic, am I right? Okay. Hello. That's Bad Grief. Bad Grief, yo, good to see you. I don't recognize you, but I feel like I should. Who are you?
Lose an hour, and you won't catch up in a year.
Love you. Bad Grief says, would you look at that? A customer. Keep walking, customer. This shop's appointment only. I don't recall your name. From a distance, they looked just like coffins. What did? Oh, she's just a generic character, fashionista. Looked like a giant bird was resting by. Birdies, birdies, gather ye here around the marble nest. I can't recall where that quote is from. It's quite a bird indeed. Small in stature, great in spirit. Hell, I like you. Dude, the people in this game are insane. I'm talking like a crazy person. Everyone's just like, yeah, that's normal. You're lucky he likes you. He's a handy acquaintance. Got plenty of shops in town, but our warehouse keeper here can get it for you wholesale. Just look at these boots he snagged. Scarlet. Are they from the capital? Well, they're from a coffin. A coffin's the best when you need a chest. A checkpoint guard wouldn't dare open it up out of respect. It's inhumane. Meanwhile, it's overflowing with 100 pairs of scarlet Saffiano leather boots, axe, and duty-free. Saffiano. Saffiano leather. Those are bog-standard military issue boots that have been dyed wrong. Would he just say the snobby fashionista thing, or would he go start inquiring about the coffin? So you smuggle contraband in coffins? I feel like he'd be. This is even more dismissive. You a tax inspector? I can't imagine a duller job. Keep your nose out of other people's coffins. Once someone goes in, who knows what happened? Maybe they never died. Maybe they never existed at all. Why are there options that are so hung up on the boots? I don't believe Daniel cares about the boots at all. Indeed, no one knows what happens to someone once they go into a coffin, but I intend to find out. All right, we can think about Bad Grief. Good to see you again, Bad Grief. Love you. Those are a lot of. This town lives on imports, so here the warehouse keeper is king. He says the contents of coffins are always one seen. Wonder. That's surely not ominous. Onward towards our stuff. I like this offset clock. Oh, God, it's so good to be back. Oh, the town on Gorkin, my home. Yes, I heard this about Daniel's game. So, Pathologic 2 was completely open world. You could walk around the town however you want. Told a very particular story about kind of learning how to navigate through the bowels of the town. Integrate yourself into its systems and its people and its customs and blah, 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 blah. But Daniel's game is supposed to be much more discreet, more cut up, much more, levels. Which, I mean, that's evidenced by the fact that we walked out of the gate. Look, it turned us around. Couldn't even go this way. Hateful. Garbage. K. Sterile operating room. No longer give.
Tired of this noise.
Okay, so I kicked a trash can. And it made me kind of a little manic. Oh, look, this object can make me apathetic.
Never alone. Things everywhere.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I feel like being a little bit manic
Every creak, like a gunshot.
makes you faster, right? Yeah, so it should be good. Yeah, I can tell I'm moving quicker. It should be a good thing to move a little quicker place to place. Just don't be too manic. Foul, stinking tobacco. In the capital, decadent smoke belladonna. Huh. Interesting. Children have rats, adults have bulls. We got some herb brides over there on a bull we can talk to. We gotta talk to everyone. Can't walk through that, I'll have to not speak. We got some kin. Hello, kin. Okay, so one of them's apologizing to the bull for what's about to happen, and the other one's like, we're returning him to Boda. They're probably about to ritualistically sacrifice this thing. We're doing him a favor. His boss Turok is dead, Okay, so this herb bride thinks God is dead or something. Who died? Boss Turok, the father of all Katanga, people and bulls. We ask Suak to bring him back. Man, we are already up our own ass with some world building nonsense. Am I right? Suak didn't. Boss Turok, how could she? Bigger than her, stronger than her. Mortal can't be killed. Choose his death himself. We ask Boss Turok to change his mind and come back to us, children. Is Boss Turok some kind of mythical creature? What happened exactly? Anil doesn't know these things. He's the father of all Katanga people and bulls. They just said that. How can I explain? We herb brides walk barefoot. Always hear his heart. Tonight, it stopped beating. His children are afraid without their father. We ask him to respond, but I feel he died. So she thinks God died tonight. Fang or a claw was thrust into him. I feel the wound bleeding. I know it. This happened in Pathologic too. Rust is soaked into. Feel the rot squelching underfoot. Quiet, both of you. You know nothing. Boss Turok can die only. We will cheer him up, feed him, show him our joy. We'll bring the last Aurochs to his bosom. Then he will remember. This feels like the most dismissive, so we'll pick this one. Clearly your boss Turok is a mythologum, but it must have some basis. I wonder what. Mother Bodo is a blind, loving mother, warmth of the earth. But Boss Turok not only bore us, he watched over us. We lived under his watch. Now the town is without a beholder. That's a Galig Kun. We're all blind. Mugar Mugar. A worm is a worm, a human is a human. Human is meant to see, build. Look around, beholder. What do you see? I see that Simon Kane's immortality will most likely turn out to be a superstitious nonsense too. You haven't looked closely. Go further. See our celebration. Look at the last Aurochs. What do you see in all this? Tell Guga. Do I actually know someone named Guga? This sentence kind of implies that I do. An Aurochs is a big bull, right? I'll look, whether I want to or not. Dude, Daniil's a creep. I didn't even see this one. Well, at least it's pleasant to look at your girls. Daniil, come on, man. You can't just say that about half-naked women right in front of you. Even if it is the local custom. That's creepy, man. Don't say that shit. We're not saying that one. This just ends the conversation, too. You just say this and walk away. Daniil, you're a fucking weirdo. I'll say the one about the bull. Word vaccine is derived from vaca, meaning cow. You brought us medicine on your horns and paid for lives. Okay. Thinking creepy weirdo thoughts. Wonderful. So this bloating is a common condition here. I'd like to study them. When is Daniel gonna put it together that these aren't bloated human beings? These creatures aren't even human. They're different people entirely. Okay, still trying to get our microscope. Okay, the scene changed. So, maybe that was a vision from the future? Maybe the military will come and burn this later? Do I share with them what I saw, or no? Sounds good. Ah, it's so cool already. Still thinking his creepy thoughts. Big ass. Ribbons and incense. Or is this what the step just smells like? Love the throat singing in the background. Don't know if you could. A lot of flavor text I've already seen before. Here's another Odong I can talk to. Hello. My eyes touch you, beholder. It appears the kin are going to call me beholder. Probably because they're supernaturally aware of the fact that I'm going to be able to see visions from the future or something. That's my guess. It's plausible, anatomically speaking, but psychologically, that will traumatize me for the next decade. Okay, so I'm going to break character here for a little bit, because if I haven't painted a clear enough picture of Daniel yet already, he 100% would simply say, "Behold," as I hurry off to find my microscope, and just walk away, because that's the sort of asshole he... But I want to learn some more about beholding from this Odong, so we're going to talk about it. What was that? I just saw some sort of... What did you see, behold? Why are you calling me that, beholder? I saw rot and plague, miasma spreading from a carcass. Sanitation squad. Fire. That was tomorrow. That will be yesterday. Yep, called it. Visions from the future. The bowl in the square, some sort of parable? Nope, it was literal. Were those anxiety-induced visions of a terrible future? Perhaps. That box syphilis. This was from hat jumps. That makes about just as much sense as what he just told me. Let's say this middle one. Thank you for your vision, behold. You see more widely than others. We will remember this. If you see something else unexpected, don't be afraid. It's just the eyes adjusting to our current place and time. Keep moving forward. I haven't even done anything yet, but I'm already helping. What a stand-up guy I turned out to be. Here's Latin. Pity that the Academy thinks otherwise. Literae non dant panem, sed apperunt mundum. I should have translated that, but it's also kind of even better not even knowing what I just said. Maybe I'll think about translating the Latin, but maybe I'll also never do it and just spout nonsense. So I saw there was a thing I could have looked over there, but I couldn't cross the cart. So I'm thinking if I go around this block, I mean, I know I'm wasting precious daylight. There's a vision of future. Ow, it hurts. Ow, it hurts. Do my visions literally hurt me? Oh my god, they literally do. I can literally not go that way. Holy shit, that straight up hurt my Okay. Huh. So good to know. See, because I'm wasting precious time doing it. Look, there's a mirror. I don't have any thoughts about the... Oh, I can just break it. Why would I break it? I bet there's an achievement. Let's break all the mirrors.
He was staring at me through the looking glass.
Okay, so Daniil is very clearly already not well mentally. But see, there's stuff over here I could have maybe seen, but... Who's staring at me through the looking glass? Things aren't all right with Mr. Dankovsky. God, such a cool opening sequence. Can we talk to the painter, or is she drawing thoughts? I'm just adjusting to the climate. That's probably partially true. Again, to spout more Pathologic 2 facts, we learned that the grasses of the steppe, the things the locals called twire, have particularly heady pollens, which affect the mind. People from out of town are very susceptible to the altering properties of twirine. There's another mirror. We gotta break all the mirrors.
Optics, vision. Their answer is in mirrors.
Devilry. Okay, we got some... Our boy. Our boys. Our boys! There's Mark Immortal. There's a tragedian. Oh my god, our boys are here. Should we be less manic? No, I feel like we should stay as manic. Oh my god, the gang's all here. Hey, what's up, guys? These are like the mascots for the franchise. Hello. Mark, we putting on another show?
Actors are desperate, hungry creatures, ready to trade off mother and father for another round of applause.
Love you. Ah, there you are. Finally. I thought you had forgotten our agreement. I hope you're ready. Have you memorized your lines? All the world's a stage, am I? I don't have time to read any lines. I'm trying to get my microscope back. Have you seen any kids conspicuously carrying luggage? Take no joy in seeing another player who likes to improvise. Your charge is but to read your lines and not invent them. The mask is more detailed in this game. Very nice. The Executor, too. Oh, shit. Wait, is this really the guy? Looks about the same, but the outfit's all wrong. Did our guy wear a coat? This costume is more suited to agonist. This coat is the latest fashion in the capital. Damn, after what he was saying about the boots in the previous conversation, and now what he's saying about his coat, maybe Daniel is actually like a fashionista. Maybe he is actually like plugged in to the latest trends in the city. God, I'm gonna have to amend my thinking about Daniel. Funny fashion advice from a man in a bird suit. Looked in a mirror lately? I'm more of an anti-hero than an antagonist. I presume you know the difference. This is the one he'd say. And it's so true, too. That makes you the ideal candidate for our anti-production. I'm Mark Immortal, director of the local theater. And you are? I'm looking for the kids who stole my microscope. I really don't have time for this. Good day. God, he would say this, but we're going to play along. Daniel Dankovsky, doctor. I just arrived from the capital. Magnifico. You see, the actor we've been waiting an eternity for has decided to sabotage rehearsal. It's Artemi from this game. You would do us a massive, titanic favor by replacing him, even if just for a little while. Does Daniil ask about the executor, or does he simply say, I don't have time for this? I think he just says, I don't have time for this. A shame, truly. Our troop just lost our primo, Uomo? I think that says Uomo. The lead exits the stage, and we must carry on without him. Riggio, I say again, he is no leading man. He is unfit to even play a villain. At best, a background player, a body standing there to fill the stage. It is the step healer's son who ought to take the role. That's Artemi from the last game. Or that young girl who crawled out of her grave. That's Clara from hopefully the next game, if money to make for. They have such pathos and such verve. And what does this one have? Coat. Dude, get wrecked. That tragedian came for your ass, man. It's true. Daniel's a piece of shit. And we love him for it, because it makes him such a silly man to roleplay it. The theater is outmoded, soon to be replaced by cinema, and good riddance, too. World's a stage, is the thought we just... Oh no, the big city immersive theater and fourth wall breaking gimmicks have infiltrated this place as well. One aspect of progress I'd hoped to escape. That's cute. So apparently back in the capital there are fourth wall breaking immersive theater troops, and he thinks this is just another one of those. And in a way, he's right. Right. Okay, so we're going to this stairway to heaven where the... I see a mirror. Are we going to get another trippy vision walking down here? We sure are. Ah! Okay, interesting. So when you die, you don't really pay that big of a price for it. Go back in time. Interesting. Well, we've got to get that mirror. I'm sure there's going to be an achievement for breaking all of them. No. Huh. Am I wasting time by doing this? Did the clock advance? Okay. Alright, so I can't get to that one right now. Let's assume we have an opportunity to get to it later. Smell of local herbs is overwhelming. Natives solve their problems with smoking. Dirty lungs clear. So true. Possible geometry. Scott. Found what looks like a stairway leading towards the heavens? How does it stay upright? I hope the children who stole my microscope are... Hello. You could travel through time. Would you go to the future or the past? This is ominous. The past, 10 years ago maybe, when everything could have still been prevented. The near future, to see what humanity is. Future so distant. Even someone with my vivid imagination. No, Daniil wouldn't do that because he believes his work will create the best future. He doesn't believe someone else could make a future better than what he's capable of making. So he'd either say, I live in the present, or he'd say the past 10 years ago, and it'd still be... Grandpa Simon used to say that the days are like hopscotch. Usually they go one after another. Sometimes two side by side. Sometimes backward. Ugh. Did you steal my microscope? I did, yeah. But I gave it to Phil. He's over there on the stairway. Man, another smart kid knows what a microscope is. Why do those stairs stand without support? Stand like the polyhedron does. You keep bringing up this polyhedron. Well, whatever sort of creature it is, it can wait until later. Doesn't it fall? Why don't I fall? I advise myself not to look down. Ah, dog heads. There's a a microscope. Before we talk to them and get this microscope back, shall I go all the way up? A study of the phenomenon of children's belief in their own immortality. A surefire funding application. To the top, to the top, to the top. All the way up to the top. A mirror. Fuck that mirror.
This is it.
Daniil hates mirrors. Why? I don't know, but we gotta break them. Alright, kids, give me this fucking thing. Well, what is it? Can you see the future? Let me look too. Gimme, gimme. Wait your turn, Pipsqueak. Just let me take one look and then... Ew, there's a bunch of bugs. And doesn't look like much of a future. Why are you using your dog's item? You're not an animal, you know. Yeah, but an animal might see further, though. Good news. The microscope has been found. Bad news. It's being mauled by a pack of wild dogs. Oh, the horror. Need some help, kids? I can teach you how to use the thing. Here, let me show you. Daniil would never, ever, never in his life would he pick this metal. Sorry to interrupt, but you should either play pretend as dogs or astronomers. Doing both at once is a bit overboard, stylistically speaking. Yep, he'd be critical. Oh, it's you. Hey, your thingamajig's busted. Doesn't show anything, just some bugs and weird little hairs. Maybe that is the future. Like in many, many years, nothing will remain of us on Earth but bugs, hair. Very sad. What makes you think it shows? It only shows bugs and hairs because you're pointing at bugs, hairs. See all these different glass pieces inside? Glass like this shows the future. Everyone knows that. Grandpa Simon loved making all sorts of things with glass. I've only seen thingamajigs like this but at his place. Why did you steal from Grandpa Simon, you bastard? That's why we stole it back from you. Called justice. That is my microscope, and I brought it with me from the capital. You stole it from my luggage. That is called theft. What, you don't know, mister? He doesn't know. Spit it out, you monster. Where did this thingamajig come from? What did you do to Simon? It was you, wasn't it? Wasn't it? I was on my way to go visit Simon. I'd already be there if it wasn't for you. Please give me back the microscope. It's a very delicate... Calm down, boy. Please don't shout. What's going on? Conversation... I never... Give it back. Give it back. Will you stop whining? I want it back so bad. What will you give? Well, I'll give you a beetle. Obviously, I'll give you a beetle. Broken any. Doesn't take effort. Doesn't deserve effort. Just give him back the thingamajig. Effort. Give you a cuff in the head for it. Be enough? Hey, they warned us at a train station. Don't hit the children. Kids are, like, strangely in control here. Town is kind of low-key run by children. I have a pocket watch on a chain. Definitely shows the future. Wow, I'm just going to give them a pocket watch. With this, you always know what time it is, so you know what time it will be in an hour or 2 or even 3, which means you know the future. Oh, you're clever, mister. All right, give us your watch. Show us how your thingamajig works, will you? We're still curious. I need to check if it's broken first. You might have been using it to hammer nails. So do I have it now or what? Oh shit, I have the prototype. So maybe I could have been using it to get to that mirror that was hurting me? I don't know. We'll think about that later. People board. Oh, and look how Daniil sees the world. He's divided people in his head up into pawns, against pawns, pieces, queens, or onto the board. God, he's such a shithead. Children on stairways are always willing to trade with me. So do I have to trade with them to get it? Yes, I do. I'll give you a beetle or a watch or something. Okay. Trade an item, put it in the biter slot, give something in return. Fair and square. Okay, so we're just going to do what the conversation said. Oh, wow, the beetle is worth more to children than the watch is. Here's a question. Could I maybe give them something else? Because what if the watch is worth more to someone else? Because the kids clearly don't value the watch that high. I'll just do what the conversation says to do. This is probably the sufficient. Alright, I have the microscope now. And now we're going to have another flashback where we learn to use the microscope. Here at the Capitol. Look, we got a bunch of butterflies in a terrarium. I'll talk to you two. I just want to look around a little. All sorts of equipment. What could that ever be over there? Oh my god. They extend onto the floor. You know, you guys, you could have just written that less big. You didn't have to. You made it huge, big ass molecule, and then there's some smaller ones on the floor. Like, you could have just shrunk it down. Same with this, like, butterfly pic. Anyway, I'm getting hung up. So we got some papers. Can't do anything with them right now. You'll have thoughts about them. Okay, so I must have this guy. What's up? Hello.
Why do they continue to normalize death?
Good question. Hey, you're a named character. Just like, Porta? I can't remember his name. Please hold on a little longer. Even after the inhalation therapy, the swelling won't go down immediately. Chief, finally. Where have you been? Woman you rescued from the morgue is conscious, but she might not stay that way. She's still very weak. Oh, the burden of leadership. You owe something to everyone, and everyone will find you at fault. It's good to see you too, Seraphima. Her name is like Seraphim, like angel. Step aside with me for a moment, Chief. I checked the morgue records. Body matching her description was declared dead last night. We're searching across the country for miraculous resurrections, and one springs up right under our feet. Our institute's morgue. That's irony for you. Claiming it does, but imagine for a second. No, let's stick to the facts. I spoke to the orderly on duty last night, and he also confirms that our subject showed no signs of life. And Platon, there is, himself was there when he woke up. Could Platon's name be a reference to Plato? Or does Platon, Latin, perhaps have another angelic connotation? These are things I will Google later. Anywho, which of these am I? When I reached this woman through the poisonous fog, she herself insisted that she had done. It's not proof, but you must have had some reason to think. Cannot miss this opportunity. Fortunately, the subject is having trouble speaking. All that time in the gas is weakened. I've rinsed her mucous membrane, formed inhalation therapy. You understand. I can't conduct an extensive interview. Shame. A first-hand account could point us in the right direction, but there's always a physical examination, taking a sample, or an examination of her personal belongings. She came into the morgue with some items, I haven't had a chance to go through myself. I left them on the table by the entrance. Will you take a look, Chief? Perhaps there's a clue. Ma'am, would you allow us to examine your things? She says, cough, 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 okay. Hello, do you remember me? I am Bachelor of Medicine Danil Dankovsky, head of the Thanatos is the Greek god of death, and their laboratory, which is investigating death and resurrection and eternal life, is called Thanatica. Head of the Thanatica laboratory. Last night, I saved you from the site of a serious gas leak. You look all messed up, like you have been immersed in chlorine gas. The man, death sighed. My eyes were affected by the gas just like yours were. At least you remember something. Died. Tunnel after tunnel. Allow me to take a blood sample. Perhaps a microscope can give us some clarity. This is the microscope interface. A disease affects various bodily systems. The microscope helps identify which organ is infected. Tissue samples are placed on glass slides. An assistant ensures that slides are sufficiently supplied. 100 microscope slides in this tutorial. It's space to take a sample. What, the heart? We're specifically taking a sample of, it looks like blood here? Or okay, cool. This is the only one I can interact with, so heart it is. Okay, we have taken a sample. It looks like we probably just have to hit back here. Yes. Okay, so that's like a microscope slide menu. Now I take it over to the microscope. Study the collected samples. To perform the test, I need reagents. The doctor themselves is in charge of their supply. And again, in the tutorial, we have huge supply that we get. Cool. So we'll go ahead and put our slide of blood sample there into the microscope and use one of our reagents to examine. Microcosm. Scroll wheel to adjust the focus. It will allow me to see bacteria better. Lifespan of a culture is limited. I must act quickly. Dead sample is useless. Interesting. In the top right, or top left rather, I can see that our goal is look for the red. So let's focus. Oh, this is akin to how a microscope works in real life. Red bacteria. Saying it. Dumb. Maybe we are intended to lose? Oh, I see. Okay. I see. Okay, so yes. I see. There's more controls to it than there's that. So we'll take another sample. Stay quiet. Daniel's the worst dog. He has no bedside. Oh, shit. Different menu. I wanted to look at that blood sample. And it says, look, 10 minutes will be spent examining. Pulse is at 75. Pale and gaunt. Looks exhausted. Should take a look at the sample. Yes, I intend to. Skin here is seriously damaged. I suspect it's due to our contact with the gas. Right click to rotate the camera. Oh, look at that. What is this? Bruising, redness, rough injection? Seems like she's had an allergic reaction. Skin. Back. this is so cool. I'm so excited to do like some diagnosing as a this game, because this is not how Artemi looked at the world either. Okay, thinking the same things that we did with the front of the chest. Arms here. Bruising from repeated injection. Someone's been working on this lady. That, or maybe she's addicted to. Let me see the interior arms, please. Just to learn. This is a cool interface, this cool menu system. The different body parts of a patient. Legs, please. It's like more of the stuff seen on the chest. First legs. Oh, she just turns around. That's interesting. It's kind of a little cool. All right. Well, another blood sample, if you would, please. Do I have one, or? Oh, I see. By using that menu, I did a different sort of test. Okay, so this is the one that gives me more blood sample. Yes. Give me a blood sample. We got it. All right, excellent. Now, I understand better how to use the microscope. I have to adjust the layer that I'm looking on this layer. Focus. It's a neat little. It's kind of similar to how a microscope really works, too. Obviously not perfect, but it is similar. Okay. And look, we can see in the top right that microscope examination uses 15 minutes of time. All of these things are going to become more important later, as pathologic will turn into sort of a time examination or time management. Talking to her, I think we're going to examine her. Yes, we're going to. I believe. Oh no, this is the stuff. Okay, so she has some herbs. She has a bottle of something. Cloth, a band. What was she up to before she died? What's going on here? Are Lazarus's personal effects from the morgue? Herbs, not a bouquet, medicinal. Morphine, tourniquet. Papers, they look official. 2 rings, obviously a pair. One would be too big for her. Maybe her betrothed or her husband died and she was looking into something about that. I don't know. What should we think about? What should we think? What are the papers? Accept all risks and waive all claims. The description of the treatment is vague. Something about novel drugs. Consent form for the experimental treatment at our institute. Huh. So she was a experiment subject for something else that Daniel's institute was doing, and then it ended up killing her? Well, she accepted all the risks and waived all the claims. Okay, okay, nice. Some of these investigations do go back to the main menu. Some of them are just like, you get this choice and you're done. Clearly, we're thinking about multiple things here. Let's think about the herbs. Self-medication with folk remedies? Consulted a wise woman instead of a doctor? Probably self-medication. How about the morphine and the tourniquet? Is she a morphine addict, or did she suffer from severe pain? It could be both, Danielle, and I think from all the injection sites over her arm, she's a morphine. 2 rings, obviously a for her. I had the exact same thoughts. Jilted fiance, husband left, unrequited love. I think it's husband left and took off the. Together with the examination and the tests, the picture is more or less complete. Is it, Danielle? What do you think? Our miraculously resurrected woman has late-stage leukemia, injection marks on her body. I'm glad you're a doctor, because I didn't come to that conclusion. Apparent death reaction to experimental drug. Lab got scared, didn't sort it out. Paired rings, suicide attempt, unrequited love. Weakened system, couldn't handle the heavy dose of medication. Of course, because if you have leukemia in the early 1900s, you're just getting morphine until you die. You're not getting radiation therapy or anything. There's no chemo in 10 or this game takes. Morphine overdose, addictive from palliative, palliative. I've always said palliative. I know it's not how it's, death care. Treatment for the pain. Colleagues thought she was beyond saving. I think it's probably. Seraphim awaits, and our subject needs time to come up with a diagnosis, even if it's preliminary. I diagnose you with leukemia, morphine overdose, like arrested heart rate from experimental treatment, and then the chlorine gas shocked you into consciousness.
Enough? No, not enough. Never enough.
So, Chief, have you shed any light on the case? I'm loath to jump to conclusions, but could Thanatica have discovered some genuine phenomena? I think I would say either this one or this one. I don't think it was a suicide attempt. She is definitely a morphine addict. She's terminally ill and may have swung from one extreme to the other, self-treatment to our institute. We don't know what medications she took or how they interacted. I suppose so, but how do we explain the most astonishing part? Resurrection. I did a gas leak revive the subject. I'm tempted to think this second one. Strip the two different lines down to the baseboards. One where the subject's supposed death occurred, one with the gas leak. Use a chemical analyzer to see what might have reacted. No, I don't think that's the ticket. I think the intent is more adrenaline. You see the bruised injection site? Yeah, the one on her hip, right? Someone tried to restart her heart with too small a dose. Then the gas leaked. Body released the adrenaline it was missing. I do think it was a mistake, yes. The subject ended up in the morgue due to negligence. She wasn't actually dead yet, but by coincidence, an unaccounted factor revived her. Yeah, I think the morphine and the experimental medicine put her down. And then the adrenaline woke her back up. As well. Is it disappointment I hear? It's unjustified. Adrenaline as an emergency tool is promising from a scientific point of view. The research will one day be. Yeah, I picked that one. Right, and again, this is a story I've been telling kids. God, Daniel, you're a freak. Just say all this shit about all this, and like, keep in mind, this is all like new medicine. Like, the microscope is new technology, and we're just like talking about it with children that are wearing dog costumes. So does that mean she wasn't dead after all? The woman who supposedly came back to life? Alas. What's your microscope even for? Doesn't show the future, doesn't raise the dead. Just a toy, really. A breakthrough can't happen in one single movement. It takes a sustained effort. Every step feels small at first, but we'll learn to resurrect the dead one day. Yes, yeah, Daniel would say that shit. All right. We can't see the future in that glass. Then we're off. We've got important things to do after. Daniel, how have you still not put it together from context clues in this conversation that Simon is dead? The kids practically told you outright in this conversation that Simon... Daniel's not a good listener. You know what I'm saying? As do I. I'll leave my things at the temporary lodgings, then head to the Crucible to see Simon. No, you won't, baby. No, you won't. My thought is, I'm ready. I've overcome this town's first hurdle. If I keep up this momentum, my trip won't take long. He says on day 1 of day 12. We can just see down here the thought meter that we got 12. We got 12 days, man. We got 12 days. Ugh. No. Put that there. How do I take it out? Here to be able. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Oh, I can trade with you. Do you have anything? Oh, no, I don't want the watch. I don't want the watch back. Anything new up there?
Enough. Why are you drowning me in details, Bachelor? Street kids stealing your microscope is an amusing anecdote, but it's not the crime we sat down to discuss 2 hours ago.
Oh. I'm on trial. Are you... Is he Inquisition? Like Aglaya Ilyovich, I believe is her name. Aglaya? Okay, shit. That just forcibly happened. Inspector of the Special Committee. So he's not an Inquisitor, but he sounds very similar. He was sent to investigate the case of my criminal negligence. Supposedly, I didn't save a town in the east of our country where a plague broke. I didn't even try, apparently. He's luring me into a trap. His folder is full of intentionally false data. He's not interested in the truth, but rather in the downfall of Bachelor Denkovsky. He is my enemy.
Have a sip of water. Don't worry, it's only water.
Like your, just say that's a brooch, I guess. Enough. Why are you drowning? Okay, he said this out loud. 2 hours and 15 minutes ago, to be exact. Focus. I'm only interested in what's important. But you asked me what I was doing in the town. How am I supposed to know, Inspector, what you deem important and what you don't? I just wanted to recount everything in order from beginning. I'm going to pick the middle one. You know what I especially dislike? When an obviously intelligent man feigns foolishness to derail an investigation. I'm offended and embarrassed for you. Get his ass. Hell yeah, I like this guy, even if he's mine. We both know you're not a fool. Stop wasting my time and your own. I just wanted to recount everything in order, from beginning to end. Beginning doesn't interest me. My concern is the ending, the result, the finale. As for your backstory, or genesis, all of that is in the case file. Shall we review it? Yes, please. I'm quite curious to see what it contains. Let's see. Where was it? Ah, yes. The ministerial inspection of your lab. Thanatic. Am I saying Thanatica? Is that what I decided? Let's say Thanatica. Thanatica began in early September. Your presence was required at all times. Instead, you dashed off across the country to a backwater town to bring back what you might be described as... Yes, an immortal man. Let's set your fantasies aside for a moment. The important part is that you fled from the investigation, and this town had an outbreak of some fever scientific community had no knowledge of. Luck would have it, you were the only medical professional on site. Accurate so far? Well, not inaccurate. The devil's in the details. You appear to be setting a trap. On the third day, the town's leaders gathered in the town hall to form an emergency command to fight the epidemic. And what was Daniil Dankovsky, who was, I repeat, the only qualified specialist in town, doing that day? What's that? Your lip is trembling. Did I unsettle you? Shame isn't your concern. You're right to feel ashamed. Instead of fulfilling your Hippocratic oath and leading the fight against the plague, you were engaged in what? Come on, don't look at the table. My eyes are up here. This is utter nonsense. On the fourth day, the town lost its water supply. They required a hospital, but the one person who could set it up, what was he doing? Tell me, Dankovsky, where did you spend the fourth and fifth days? In a jail cell. That's what your papers say, right? Well, we're not going to let that happen, because we're going to replay the story again. I'm not going to spend the day in a jail cell. I see what you're doing. You're all in it together, aren't you? It's not enough to destroy my lab. You have to destroy me, too. Excuse me. Me and whom? To whom are you referring? You know who. Too many coincidences. A letter about Simon lures me out, but Simon's gone. The town's lockdown traps me, while I'm left to die. Thanatica is destroyed, just before a scientific breakthrough. Very crafty. In the case file, the words prone to paranoia are underlined twice. I didn't think much of them, but now I understand. You think I have some hidden agenda beyond seeking the truth? How charming. I'll make a note of it. For now, let's get back to my fairy tale. I like this answer. He just said, I'm thirsty. You know what, dude? Me too. Hold on, let me take some water. I'm just going to say I'm thirsty. Though I like these other, let's just look at them for a second. As the saying goes, it's not paranoia if they're really out to get you, and I'm already familiar with your plainclothes officers. I know all their faces. Yes, let's. Without my information, your case file is incomplete, isn't it? That means you have to listen to me. I'm just going to say, I'm thirsty. He just carries on without listening to us. Nice. Come the evening of the fourth day, the doctor from the capital attempted to flee the dying town on a cargo train like a rat. He was caught and jailed, and there he remained as the plague ravaged the town. I admit, I find even the act of reading about it repugnant. I won't lie, I considered escape. Escape, not flight. The Nautica was in the process of being destroyed back at the capital. You considered escape to avoid facing a painful truth. When I came to town, I found that Simon Kane, the immortal man on whom I pinned all my hopes, was dead. Oh, we're looking from outside ourselves at ourselves now. Oh, this is so interesting. I'm the inspector now. Look, these are interrogation questions I can ask me. God, I hate you so much, Danny. Yet I love playing as you. Who are you fooling? Immortals. This is the thing I just said. Mortals don't exist. From the beginning, as well as I did, that Simon was fiction. When the epidemic began, you could have saved others. You're a doctor and you swore an oath. Why did you abandon the townsfolk? So who cares what happened to the microscope and the prototype? You'd failed before you even arrived. I'm going to pick the middle one. You swore an oath. Why didn't you help the townsfolk? And what does Daniel say? Oh my God, I imagine I'm not going to control what Daniel says. Or am I going to pop back into his head and I'm going to be talking to myself with myself? I don't know. Let's find out. Now, yeah, Daniel talks on his own now. Wow, that's so cool. Daniel says, Simon Kane's nature, the mystery of his immortality and death, that's the most important thing that happened to me in this town. That happened in this little town, and to me. But I can't just relay it to you. Understand? One must immerse themselves, take in the full picture. Simon Kane's death is the primary concern. Not the deaths of tens of thousands, but of one fantastical old man. Oh my, Bachelor, oh my. No, you're twisting it. You're rewriting the past. Well, where did I lie exactly? Point it out. Now I'm back to being Daniel. I'll tell you what you really happened. On the third day. All. Everywhere, but the emergency command, the escape, hospital. The only thing you got right was the reason I came to the town in the first place. I wonder what happens, like, if I pick this, do we warp to day 3 and skip over day 2? Or if I, and if, oh, I don't know which one I just picked. No, I know your plan. Once again, you will drown me in unnecessary details and leave aside the stories, leave aside your stories of children and microscopes. I told you, I'm interested in the ending, not the beginning. You don't seem to be interested in the truth. Rather, you revel in the opportunity to flex your power over me. You will recount everything in whatever order I tell you to. Oh, so the inspector is going to make us play through this game non-linearly, because he's not interested in the story. On the 6th day, the plague destroyed the town. God, this is already so interesting. So if you would be so kind, explain to me, what were you on the 5th day? Were you really so indifferent to the plights of the people around you? 5th day. Let me think. And I'd imagine we just go to the 5th. Town couldn't have perished on the 6th day. I was there for 12. There's an error in your report. Disappoint me, Bachelor. I'll ask again. On the 5th day in town, what were you doing? The 5th day. Let me think. Whoa. Dude, this is so cool. Ah, shit, here we go again. I'm in jail. Little old me is in jail. And all I did was not try to help anyone ever but myself. In which the Bachelor will grab only his... I skipped over that incident. That's okay. I'm so excited to start playing day 5. I have to pee. I'm gonna just leave the stream right here. We're gonna leave it open for a minute or two. I'm gonna be right back. Won't be long. Okay, I'm back. There is a tech here that is going to be looking at our internet connection. We've been having trouble with it, and it's ironic because I've been having great internet today, but it still needs to be looked at. So this is all to say that I'm going to continue streaming. It may happen that the stream suddenly goes down because, tech's doing something with the internet connection. So that's just the situation, is what it is. But for now, let us see what happens on day 5. We're in jail. The end of the beginning. I'm never leaving this place. They trapped me in this bloody town. Now I'm trapped in a jail cell. We can go back and look at our thoughts on day 1. Interesting. I like that we still have the thought of Lumpy Man just over there. The non-linear story is interesting. This is the second time I've slept in a jail cell. This is the second time I've ruminated on how humiliating it is. Prisons are bare and filthy because of poverty, not cruelty. Told myself the first. I don't intend to get away. Bring you a glass of water when you're old, Chief. Seraphima laughed. Gotten old already. I came here for a breakthrough. I was broken. Riddle me this. What place has an entrance but no exit? Grave. This triple accursed town is sapping your resolve by the minute. Is it the local herbs blooming, or have you finally cracked, Dankovsky? Will it be like this always? I can combat apathy. Wash my face with cold water, stimulants, coffee, and tobacco. Yeah, we're doing strung out, Daniel, for this playthrough. In Mania, you're sharp. Fierce. Harmful side effects? What harmful? The town will sap your will, lull you to sleep. Won't succumb to tranquility. Yeah, what harmful side effect? Your way, there's. Hey, you there, let me out already. Mania, apathy. Apathy and indifference are constantly rising. To move faster, fight apathy by increasing mania. Okay, so the mood meter is constantly ticking a little bit towards depression. Okay, this is Capella's introduction. I was not looking at her when she was introduced, but hello. Capella, also known as legal name Victoria Olegimskaya. Like that's daughter of Vlad, right? Hey, look at right there. Look, daughter of Fat Vlad Olegimsky. Yeah, he's the local like butcher guy. Big guy. He owns all the cows. Local magnate and master of the town's industry. Blood of his blood. Local kids named her Capella for her ability to point out the celestial map. Sky. I heard she holds some inexplicable power over the town, but I dismissed it. That was a mistake.
God saves the moon from the wolves.
Thank you. Like your freckles. There's something kind of eerie. Anyway, out, living soul. Normal dialogue. Very normal. You keep me caged like a dog all night. Now you acknowledge I have a soul. Who are you? Expected a different kind of mistress. Well, future mistress. We don't know about those. That's another cultural concept of the kin. But I think you'll agree that future and past are relative concepts, which is very funny to say, skipping around the timeline like this. Mistress of what? Ceremonies? Puppets? The Copper Mountain? I'm not even sure what day it is. Aren't you a bit short to be a mistress? How old are you? 14? 16? Future. But my father can order 100 men in Orkin to drown. And they'll do it, too. It's otherwise starve. So people do listen. How did I catch the incest? I want to help you. How are you feeling? Is Capella a utopian? Then I think she must be. The Daniel's followers and his kind of ilk are referred to as the utopian. I didn't realize Capella was one. How am I feeling? I don't have the plague. Oh, excellent. Had a good night's sleep, full of energy, ready to stand trial. I'm going to be tried now. Why the sarcasm? They only locked you up so you wouldn't run away. Now you can't, so you can your cave. Just like that? Just like that. When you go up the stairs, you'll understand why. First, I need to know one more thing. Why did you come towards me? I researched the nature of death. I was told you have an immortal man among you, Simon Kane. Got here, dead. Wasn't my idea. I was invited. Letter. So what are you going to do now? Well, I don't have a lot of options, do I? I'll look into what he left behind. He's still thinking about Simon Kane. The phenomenon itself is gone. No witnesses to his explaining it. Been trapped inside this box, but I know what's outside. Outbreak, death, and death, even in the guise of a mundane germ, is my enemy. Therefore, well, that's easy. Pack my suitcase and catch the train back to the capital. I believe that canonically, Daniel picks the second option. I believe that with Simon gone, he chooses to do battle with death. That is what his whole laboratory is about. Whole research thesis is beating death. You're a brave man, but perhaps it's all connected. Immortality and a deadly disease? That is possible. You know, Bachelor, my father envied Simon, and Maria Kane will always be. So there's no love lost between our. Yet, I must help you. I don't want to. I must. Otherwise, the town will suffer. That's why I came here early and waited 4 hours until you decided to wake up. Could have knocked on the door yourself. I know where to find the last person who saw Simon alive. His name is Stock Rubin. Oh, I know of him. Daniel would say this one. I've heard about him. He's a colleague of mine. One of few. You haven't just heard about him. You've worked with him. Or you will. Not quite so sure. Does Capella also see the future and the past like me? Interesting. Oh, well, she did talk about being a future mistress. Brief aside, the mistresses, I believe there are 3. I want to say there are 3. There might be 4. There are 3. Are powerful women in the town's political structure. They are each kind of mystical, kind of magical. There are always 3 of them, and they have a lot of power and influence in how the town operates. When a mistress takes office, as she grows into being a young woman, she kind of embodies like a concept. I'm trying to remember what the Maria Cana is the mistress of in Pathologic 2, but I'm drawing a blank right now. Anyways, it's pretty much implied, I'd say, in this conversation that when Capella grows up, she will probably be the mistress of time, or perhaps of the future. Maybe she will prophesize. Anyways, I've worked with him, blah, 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 blah. I'm positive I've never worked. So sure. Yeah, I'm positive I haven't worked with him. He's a doctor. He has a hideout in the warehouse. Look for him. You know where his hideout is. The way you say it, it doesn't sound like much of a secret. I'm not just a mistress. I'm Vlad Olgimsky's daughter. My father owns half the houses and very nearly all the people in the town, and the warehouses, and the ground under this jail. Fine. I'm in no position to turn this down. Won't be able to go there right now. While I was waiting for you, something bad happened. Go up those steps, you'll see. Mother said a true mistress stands out by her timing. Here I am. Right place. Too late. Maybe I'll never become it. Oh, look, he could be nice with this first sentence, but Daniel's not. So he'll say instead, well, yes, you could have helped me sooner. I mean, you yourself, Capella, were the one that said you stood outside my door for 4 hours without knocking. Why didn't you knock? Okay. Last man who saw Simon Kane hide somewhere in the warehouse. Dr. Stanislav Rubin might know something. Shouldn't have wasted time dwelling on it. All is lost. I failed at everything I tried to do. Wait. Oh, that apathy sure is increasing, huh? We better get a move on. So do I move? It feels like I move slower. Yeah. I'm definitely moving a lot slower right now. I gotta find some coffee or some cigarettes. Thank you, Capella. Junior, she wields mystical powers, authority, daughter of a local factory. Okay, sick. I feel like the clock in the top right is moving quicker too. They do not want to let me out. You are the mayor, are you not? No, you're the governor, excuse me. Alexander Saburov. The Saburovs are the load-bearing bones of this town, hard, dry, and colorless compared to the other two ruling families order rested upon. When I arrived, Governor Saburov pinned all his hopes on me and hated me. The thought of the star from the capital would show... He thought the star from the capital would show the Kanes and the Olgimskis how dangerous overreaching ambitions could be. But alas, that star proved to be yet another dream.
They say the first blow is half the battle.
Inkovsky, before you ask, I allowed the girl, Olgimski's daughter, interceded on your behalf. Even if she hadn't, wouldn't have kept you in there. You threw me behind bars yesterday. Today you're already setting me free. What a mercurial tyrant you are. Whoa, that statement made me more apathetic. I gotta be careful. I need some mania in my life. We gotta act a little crazy. We gotta balance this out. What were you detained for? You know that perfectly well, Governor Saburov. You ask. Lapses in memory? Let me see your pupils. Don't worry, I'm a doctor. That's really sarcastic. I like that one. Tried to leave town, but your trap worked just in time. Wasn't let go. Let's do the sarcastic one. You committed the most heinous crime a doctor can commit. You tried to abandon your patients, flee the town, and save your sorry hide. Right as we speak, my real patient, the Nautica, is being murdered in the capital. My life's work is being destroyed. It was a despicable act. If I could turn back time, I wouldn't do it. That's ironic, because I think we're probably going to get the ability to turn back time. I'm not your toy, Saburov. I decide my actions, not... Well, he's kind of the governor. He can throw you in jail. Again, I'm being accused of who knows what, without evidence. I'm thinking I'm going to do the crazy one up top. This town is my life's work, and it is dying because all the doctors betrayed it. Cowards and scoundrels, all of them. Yet, as Katerina would put it, the logic of inevitability is stronger. The town has paid you. Call it irony, if you like. You have no idea what I'm losing already. Whatever happened yesterday is beyond reach. Today, the plague has reached the backbone. Behind the thin walls of this building, death rages. We've boarded up doors and windows, but the plague fume is seeping in. You and I, we have mere hours left. Now we're both trapped in it. Is it not ironic? He who digs holes is liable to fall into them, is all I'll say. There have been cases of criminals surviving the sacking of a besieged city and prisons. Prison is also a fortress, but our fortress lacks food and water. Outside, we are presumed dead. Know this, Denkovsky. I wanted to punish your cowardice. That much is true. But I did not want you dead. I am sorry. Luckily for me, I don't plan on dying. 2 days ago, a decree was issued declaring all people in infected districts to be presumed dead, not to be rescued, unless they call for help with signal bonfires. Folly. Without a protective suit, you can't venture into the Miat, let alone light the fires. So, officially, you and I are dead. To get help, we need to light the bonfires? We should organize a soiree. What kind of insane, cruel decree is that? A decree was issued, you say, by whoever wields that power, right? Tell it to me straight. You issued an inhumane rule, never expecting to be a victim. I did not issue that decree, nor did you. Everyone pinned their hopes on you at first. You have no moral right to condemn the decisions of those who at least tried to act. Fine, I'll deal with this later. For us to be let out, someone has to venture outside, right? I'm ready to volunteer. The miasma already seeps into the rooms of the town hall, and you want me to open the front door? No. Our only chance is to barricade ourselves in and pray for a miracle. Ah, but I have a device. I have a device, a prototype. It disperses miasma. With it, I can go through the infected. Gosh. A device? Yes, the one you confiscated along with my belongings, including medicine, by the way. No. Your gadgets from the capital are just as unreliable as you. Oh, okay, well then let's die. Never mind, we can just die then. I won't unlock the main entrance, risking contamination of the town hall, just because of your novelty lighter. At the beginning, you said you weren't going to hold me. Who's breaking their promises now? And your alternative proposal is... we bide our time and hope for the best. Katerina wouldn't be scared. Oh, a brilliant plan. Thanks, but no thanks. I'd rather do something. You said the plague is already in the town hall. Where? Bar room. We've locked it already. Give me the prototype bag. I'll clear the contamination in the far room and prove to you the device works. Fine. Your device should be in the main hall. Confiscated items are also there on the counter. No one has disturbed them. Take them. After that, they'll unlock the far room for you. But if you fail to clear the miasma there, it won't be left. I'm glad you've listened to reason. Such a little shithead. Oh, we can look backwards. These are things that happened yesterday that we weren't there for. As I chase this thought, it gets further and further away. It's kind of cute. Okay, so here's some thoughts about stuff that happened yesterday. Looks like I'm spending the night in the prison cells. Oh well, tomorrow they'll look through their deal. Some patrolmen grabbed me and threw me behind bars. Cars filled. Okay, so we probably started like here. Gonna escape. Life's work is more important. Bad grief didn't cheat me. Cars filled with corpses. It's a trap. Then I got picked up by the cops. Stuck here. Today, gotta figure out how to deal with this. Look at this thought. It's the same thought that gets... Okay. Interesting. Let's go get our prototype. We're all barricaded in. There's a lot of people to talk to. Well, let's talk to them. This is a game about talking to people. Let's just talk to the whole rabble. Huh? Hello, everyone. Out. Of course, they're not going to let you out. People stuck outside. Dead. Stop spreading panic, please. Where have you been these last few days? I've been in a jail cell. Quarantine didn't let off. Real idiot indeed. You're right. These quarantine rules are stupid. That statement again made me more apathetic. I gotta take some stimulants or something. Disgraceful. I heard the doctor lost his nerve and tried to skip town. Disgraceful. How could someone look themselves in the mirror after? Could this be playing into our hatred of mirrors? That's exactly what I'm saying. I feel sorry for him. I understand the fear. I'd run too if I could, but it's too late now. I only regret one thing. Who's going to water Miss Zoya now? Water Miss? Probably a tree? Maybe some herbs? Who's Miss Zoya? My poppy plant. My beauty. Just started blooming. Bright red flowers. Oh, so pretty. Now she'll wither. My poor child. If I find your plant, I'll water your plant. Whole town's on the brink of death and you're worried about a potted plant. I just feel bad for everyone, but so what? Is it Miss Zoya's fault? I should have watered her when I went outside today. If I don't make it out alive, promise me you'll look after her for me. She needs watering every day. Just a little, but it has to be. You really think I have nothing better to do than tend to a potted plant? God, this apathy is really setting in. Hi, guy. Murderer's brother. You the head of this place? Could you sign this paper for me? I am many things in this place, but certainly not its head. My brother's dead. Bad man he was. Wicked man. Still, he was family. Now I'm fussing about collecting the papers, but I'll be frank, I don't have his name in here. I forgot his name. No one's willing to help me. Kin must have buried him. Oh, that's the guy I gave to the herb bride. Kirik? His name was Kirik, but the kin buried him, so his name's gone. Well, do you expect me to put my own name in there? I don't know myself how this could happen. It's like I was kicked out of my head. It was kicked out of my head. There's just this black blot in my mind where my brother's name used to be. His name was Kirik. Secretary. He says there were only 2 bodies brought here from the station. Yep, he died at the station. But how could there be only 2 if Barak knifed 3? It's a mistake. Please tell them. It's because I gave Kirik's body to the herb bride, who buried the name of Kirik. Make him herbs. It's right here. I did. Herb bride took your brother. I'm sorry, but that can't be true. For the kin to take a body, someone needs to give them permission. They have a special relationship with bodies. They would never take one without asking. Yes, indeed, it was me. I gave her the body. Oh, that made me even more apathetic. I just think this is an interesting conversation. Oh, dear. You, how could you? What did he ever do to you that you fed him to the kin? That you were a doctor, a scientist, and you have you no shame? Yeah, I mean, I am allegedly a man of science, but I kind of played into a superstition, didn't I? Look, in my defense, I had the opportunity to say some Latin. So I chose to pick the opportunity. I picked the conversation option where I spoke in Latin because that's just kind of a thing I'm doing now. Station, everyone claimed you had no relatives. I don't believe you actually take the name from a man, even a dead man. That's superstition. Remember his name. It was something with a K. Yes, Kirik. Oh my goodness, I'm so apathetic. I'm gonna have to find something to stimulate. Nuts. Water. I don't want to have another conversation. Yeah, look at the film grain. Is this Vlad the Younger? Oh boy. Oh boy. Screwed. Oh, thank goodness. Whew, I almost died to apathy. Alright, so we can have some coffee, some cigarettes, and looks like a little bit of like amphetamine. We should be all right. Whew. Don't want anything at all anymore. Don't want to live. Oh man. Okay, so how much is this going to take?
More thoughts. More thoughts.
Oh boy.
Fine. Whatever.
We had a whole hell of a lot of coffee and tobacco. Have a little bit of. Okay. I'm more or less evened out. Sounds good. Whew. Oh man, but already apathy is weighing on me. Hi, Vlad the Younger. He's the son of Fat Vlad, the factory owner. Yep. Vladislav Olgimsky, son of Vladislav Olgimsky. Heir to one of the three ruling families. The other ruling families are the Kanes and the Sabarovs. Kanes are those, like, city planners that originally founded the place and, like, are obsessed with clocks and shit. And the Sabarovs are the governor. One can imagine the autonomy he enjoyed living under his father's shadow. Thought his father's power could be gently modernized through reform, kept up with contemporary thinkers. He put his faith in progress, and as his reward, the dirtiest of tasks fell to him.
A clean mouth and an honest hand will protect a man in any land.
Really, really like how everyone in this game has kind of an uncanny valley thing going on where they don't quite look in the direction they should be looking. They don't quite animate how you think they should, and they kind of say some nonsense. I think it's an intentional artistic choice that really lends to this like eerie, kind of off-kilter atmosphere. Anyway, what options does this town have? There's no vaccine or cure. There's neither a hospital nor doctors. Isolation and quarantine are our only tools to slow the plague spread. Hold on, are you the one who issued the decree not to go from districts? Everyone is saying I acted as Isidore Barak did 5 years ago. They can think what they want, but they're remembering it. My measures were not so harsh. Isidore Barak sealed off the plague districts with no chance of escape. I, at least, told the orderlies to keep an eye out for bonfires, to give those traps behind the cordons a chance. I understand the logic behind it. The measures should be granular, district-wide. Why bonfire? What do they guarantee? An infected man could light one just as well. You're the son of a factory owner. Who gave you the right to take such? It's a primeval belief, say. You can't tolerate fire. He's either afraid of it or, in contrast, drawn to it like a moth. Found this symbolic. Please keep in mind our orderlies are simple folk. They need a convincing to compel them into the plague fume. Convincing to them, not you or I. That's the tech in the back, in case you're chatter. The internet very well may come out. Don't say that. We'll get out of here, all of us. And I already know how. Hey, that was a manic thought. Ooh, I'm glad. We need to be a little manic. Not a proud man. Bovsky, 2 days ago, I waited for you at the Emergency Epidemic Committee. Wished to take matters into your hands. I would have stood in your way. Simply didn't show. Forgive me, I tend to forget that when I'm not there, grown men cannot even lift a spoon to feed themselves. Foolish, short-sighted. And though their issuer played for the plague, I held the power in this town, I would have wielded it more wisely. So true. And this is where we learn that we can wield the power in this town and issue the decrees that we want. Okay, so in this scenario, everyone died on the 6th day. But we're going to do something to change that. The 3rd day, someone used Olgimsky's remedy to try and combat the plague. Interesting, interesting. But none of this is my confiscated item. We're trying to get our confiscated item. Oh, here it is. Okay, I have the prototype. Excellent. We gotta get a move on. That apathy is getting us. Stuff. Middle of town. Lock. Nothing. Chessboard. Where do I go? Oh, I just had to use the prototype 3 times, which dispersed the miasma. Okay, cool. Excellent, excellent. So I can combat miasma in rooms with the prototype, which is nice.
I do have an heir. Our town.
What's that smell? Your contraption works. Let's assume as much. It's enough to traverse the infected district? I hope so. Fine, let's assume that too. Listen up. You need to make it to the southern exit of the guarded by orderly. Their exit sealed off or be avoided. By vigilantes, you mean a mob armed with a sharp stick, driven mad fear. Got it. First, you need to light several bonfires. More than one. That's important. Again with the bonfire. I'll just tell the orderlies that there are living people trapped in the district. I'll be standing in front of them as living proof. I've said it already. This is how it's been since the first outbreak 5 years ago. There are fires burning in an area. That means there's still survivors, still able-bodied and healthy. Only those are worth saving. We're ordered not to bother with small pockets of doom. But you're suggesting I light all these bonfires by myself. Deceive your own system? It's not my system. We issued the decree in haste and panic. If I survive, I will overturn it. If we survive, I will be the one issuing decrees. So true. It is in my hands. Been permitted to go outside. Just like that, the door is clear. Where are we off to? Here in this infected district, there's children I can trade with there. Reuben is over there. Why don't we head on down to Reuben? We'll light any bonfires we find along the way. Sounds good. One second, I'm just going to check on something. All right, let's go. Looks like we're going straight down the main drag here. This district is infected and sealed off. I can only leave if I light several bonfires. Ah, so I can't leave the infected district until bonfires are. Chicanery. Open the mine. 5 bonfires are what's needed to orderly work the district. Not 3, not 4, 5. Okay. To start fires, you need matches on hand. Push I to open the... I have 10. Small items like matches are kept in. For consumables here, pocket. Quickly use item. I don't know if I'm going to use the quick area. Oh, this is a bonfire.
You're too high-strung.
All right. Well, we're learning. Off we go into the thunder. How do I take the gun out of it? That's what I... Let's look at the controls real quick here. Controls. Two. I don't like these noises. I'm not exactly sure what's happening. Oops. There's another bonfire to light. 3 left. Okay, so that's me. What? So long? Anything to loot? No. Jesus, working fast. Okay. That looks like a bonfire in the distance. Another opportunity to use the device here. Interesting that the bonfire has bull bones. Definitely don't want to interact with that apathetic item. I wonder if the bonfires... Ooh, there's a manic item. Oh shit. I only wandered into asthma. Very different mechanics so far with Pathologic. This is not how Artemi's story went at all. Bet you I'll find a bonfire over there. Only 11 more charges on the prototype.
Forgot that there's so much of the world.
There's a bonfire. And some manic item. The lighting engine is a lot better in this.
It was quiet in Thanatica.
Woohoo! Oh, I'm fast as fuck now, boy. Alright, 5th bonfire. We can leave.
Misophonia, Dankovsky.
Oh boy. Dude, I'm fast as fuck. There's the orderlies. Should I go full manic? No, I shouldn't. He's alive. Not the first time people were surprised to see me. It's coffee. I'm not the only survivor. People trapped in the... They need urgent help. Whoever's trapped in there is dead to us. Governor Sabarov's order. Sabarov is trapped in there himself, you... Who are you? Wow, so that made me apathetic as well. I gotta be careful about that. And who are you? I'm the only qualified doctor in this benighted town. Only are doing our jobs. That's